This hangout is live.
We're here.
Wait. There's no.
It's gonna pop up in a moment. So you're going. There's a delay, so that way when I start swearing, you can still cut me off.
That's
right.
The 5-second delay.
And then you pop out the chat.
So I pause it.
You pause this.
Yep. And then I pop out the chat.
How do you do that?
Right there.
Okay.
Pop
out chat.
Now you can make it as big as you want. Charles Fish Tanks is here.
Are
First
you
on the
here?
Scene.
Are you
Library
here?
Aquatics.
You have all sorts of cognitive dissonance. Am I alive? Sorry. I'm really tired.
So it's an interesting time to be doing this.
Hey, look, the fish life is gonna see you on Saturday.
Nice. I'm pretty sure I'll show up.
You're pretty sure. Well, unless my car breaks down on the way down.
That'd be bad.
It's not gonna do that.
No.
So wait, do you just make this window huge? Like
I normally do, yeah. Because
okay.
then you don't get all self-conscious watching yourself.
But okay.
Yeah, I focus on people.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh shit, it's Cory.
That's right. Oh man, it's Cory. He's here. That's right. I'm getting around 2 weeks in a row. I'm currently preoccupied posting to Instagram to get more people here. Well, I'll show. LR Bretts is here. What's up?
Lucas is there. Wait, why isn't it you? Hold on. I have to do
Gonna
this.
make him a mod
Maybe.
if he passes the test.
Wait, the window's so big I can't tell who's who. Okay. Oh no, now it's moving faster. Hold on. I can do that. Yahoo! Okay, I did that.
It's not that late here. It's only 10:30.
Oh, I have power.
Be careful. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
It did just start, yeah. Just
Oh.
started. It'll get crazy in here. I just posted to Instagram. We
You
posted
did?
to Twitter.
Oh my goodness. Now I don't want to be self-conscious.
Yeah, it's, if you can't see the camera, then
Don't be. Just go for it. Do your thing. You do.
I can
12:30,
keep going
yeah.
for hours.
10:30 is getting late. I work for many more hours typically. This is
You're on
my wife. My
vacation.
wife starts yelling at me at 10:30. You ever gonna come to bed? And I say no. I got work to do.
I don't know how you keep going because I'm exhausted.
I sleep late. Everyone always, how do you ever sleep? And I always get 8 hours of sleep. That's important for me.
Oh yeah, look.
That's right. I didn't bring my Bob shirt. Christine.
I thought it would be funny. Is
Floaty.
he here?
I don't think Bob's here yet. I should text him. I'll do it right now.
Yeah. Be like, look, on YouTube. IG instead of IV. Why'd you think IG? I guess Inglorious, like the next.
Or
Major
IFG.
one.
IFG
Yeah.
is a YouTuber as
And
well.
then here's the cameraman.
That's right.
Wave my arm for me. Hey. Ha.
Uh-oh. Keely eggs aren't hatching. Have you hatched any eggs out from peat moss?
Mm-hmm. It's like a lot of different things. Ah, why did it do that?
I don't know why I did that. It's possessed.
Okay, I'm not gonna look.
Yeah, because Reef and Library Aquatics is trying to hatch his first ones out, and he didn't have luck, I guess.
Yeah, it's rough.
Have you not had success doing it either?
Yeah, like what happened? My bivitatum only 2 hatched, and I think I'm super lucky because I have a male and a female.
That is super lucky.
But we'll see. They're just starting to color up. The one could color up at any moment. But yeah, I feel like the ability to hatch eggs from peat for all the different species is what separates like a normal quote unquote hobbyist and then a killifish master is.
Because I know
part
quite a
of it.
few killifish masters, and I swear they always just get one sex or the other.
Yeah.
It's always like, I've got
Always.
52 males and
Yeah.
2 girls, maybe.
Dude. I want to make everyone a mod.
Everyone, huh? You can make Jimmy. Jimmy's on my payroll, so he can't get out of control. And he's like, why'd I ever sign up for that gig?
I just like thinking of him as sashimi.
Sure. I'm rebranding him to Jimmy.
Okay.
His name's actually Larry. No.
I have so much power. Ha ha, ha ha. And you. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Oh no! I pressed the wrong button. What did I press?
No.
No,
Just, like,
I accidentally
you just banned
banned.
him? Wow. You better find out how to unban him.
How do I unban?
Bad move, Jan.
You're making friends on YouTube already.
How do I?
I don't know. I've never.
Oh my
I've
God.
never-
What do I do?
That
I mean, I know how to unban like
I
afterwards.
didn't mean to do that.
That's a faux pas.
You just
Oh
banned
my
the competition,
God.
huh? Let's see.
Wait. How do I go to that?
I don't know. You got to get back onto that.
Oh my
Oh, you can do it
God.
that way too, I guess.
I
In the
mean, I go
community.
here, right? Community settings.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look at all these people I've banned.
That's
Hold on.
right.
Where is Lucas? All these people that
I
are.
don't see it.
Oh my God.
It might not update till like after or something.
Oh my God. No, I can go to his channel. That's what I can do. This is horrible. There, see? Can go here.
I don't know. That's gonna help you.
No, because I can go to about, right? And then here, unblock user. Okay.
I've never put that much work into unblocking someone, so
Well, I did it by accident. Okay, good Lord, is he still here?
I'm sure he's crying at this point. Bob says, for the love of God, just click on his name and chat.
Message deleted. Why? Look, he's here. Wait, Charles, why are you deleting his messages?
To fight.
Wait, how do you? But I can't click his name in chat.
You're
Wait.
good to go, Lucas. You're back in action.
Yes, there. Oh my! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lucas. That was horrible.
I don't know about horrible. It's not that bad.
Oh, geez.
Regrettable.
That was awful. I'm really sorry, Lucas. I didn't mean to do that.
What are we diagnosing? Glorious Bettas. If you're up for it, diagnose some issues. Can we estimate how big the eggs? I thought I saw some, but I don't know if it was a round piece of dirt or what.
So the eggs, killifish eggs, I mean, when you see one, you're going to know that it's a killifish egg. They're round and they kind of look like little crystals. The way, like the kind of reflective quality that they have. So when you see an egg, you're going to know it's an egg. It's like perfectly round and then it'll shine a little bit. And then if it has eyes, then you know it's ready to hatch because you'll like look at it and there'll be tiny eyes in it.
My wife made it, Dorcula.
Oh, look, there's Cory.
I'm here. I made it.
He's alive.
What's your opinion on putting bettas in a 1,000-liter tank, which is what, 250 gallons? Is that right? Letting them free breed?
I mean, I've heard anecdotal evidence or anecdotes. Oh my gosh. I've heard stories of it happening and being okay. I don't know. Is it a risk you want to take?
Yes.
If you want to try it, then it's cool because whenever they all grow up together, the spawn, they normally do okay if they have enough cover. But as soon as you disrupt the hierarchy by taking fish out, and then you can't reintroduce them back in. There's like some interesting studies showing that once you isolate a fish, then it's really hard to put it back with any fish. And that's why sororities often don't work because you're putting fish in from different sources that have been previously isolated. You put them together and they start fighting. But when spawns grow up together and you provide enough hiding space, I have heard of it working. So
I think 250 gallons you can pull off. I think not enough testing's been done, so do it and then tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it with like a $90 show betta, but
I would.
I don't have $90 to burn.
Because I wouldn't want like 500 of something that wasn't awesome looking. So
That's true.
if you have one 250-gallon tank, you'd probably want the best fish to put in there, right?
Why would you put bettas in it?
That's besides the point. He's asking if it can be done. Maybe that's his dream.
Maybe.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
Am I going to meet up with Lamont? No, because when I put it into Google Maps, like LA is 5 hours away or something.
Yeah, it's super far.
And I was like, that ain't happening.
You're not going to want to do that.
So I got some chocolate milk tonight. It was True Moo, and it was terrible. I don't know why I keep buying True Moo and then going, oh, this is horrible.
Hey, look. Oh my goodness. I'm going to ban someone on accident again. Yay.
Let's see. Everyone's talking to my dog. Okay, that's
Everyone's talking to the
not
dog.
everyone, but someone
You
says
okay?
tell Sassy hi.
You okay? Yeah.
Do you sell any of your bettas?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
At shows. So I like to send fish to shows because that benefits the club and it helps keep them financially afloat. Because you send fish and then that'll help keep the club going because they're getting show fish. And then whenever you sell them in the auction, you get some money back. And then that'll help pay for the postage that it sent to get the fish there. And then it also, some of those proceeds go to the club. What?
Oh, just Steenfout's going to war with my wife.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, most of my fish I sell at show auctions because it benefits the club that way.
So, if the fish life is bringing me tons of gifts, we better make sure we have a bunch of room to take them back. I don't know how many gifts are coming, but he said a lot of gifts.
Okay. Gifts.
Yeah. You don't get gifts?
No.
Oh.
Jeez.
I got chocolate milk from Michael Hoffman. He drove like 2 hours to get there, and then I forgot it. It was horrible. He forgot to give it to me because it was out in the car. But yeah, watched my outdoor mini pond lecture and learned a lot. I should do that live one of these
Somebody
days.
hand the cameraman.
What about the cameraman?
What?
Someone says, or that fish nerd, or the fish nerd says, somebody hand the cameraman a pillow.
There you go.
Tired.
I don't have much to do here. Like, I'm
Here's
just part of the set.
You're the comedic relief. There's killifish questions on killifish you own.
Oh,
going on.
geez. What-
Blue Galeris, are they kind of lazy?
Oh my gosh, no, they fight all the time.
Yeah.
No, they fight all the time. Mine are just like piranhas. They're super active.
Outdoor mini pond with Galaxy Rasboras, would it work? I want to test it. I've never tested it yet, but I highly suspect with like some water hyacinth or something, it would totally work. I keep telling myself, I'm going to do it this summer, and then I get too busy and I don't do it. But I think it's worth trying for dang sure.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I wish I had room for a mini pond.
Do you have a balcony or anything
We
here?
have a fire escape.
That's room enough. Little whiskey barrel.
No, because like the sun hits it and then it gets super hot and then it gets super cold at night and then everyone's saying to give you like a betta-shaped pillow.
Super windy and rainy.
I think you could still spawn like paradise fish.
Maybe pygmy sunfish. I want to try. I have tons of them, so I can put them up. Well, not tons. Any news on the job front? I mean, I'm not searching. Well, I guess I am kind of searching for a teaching position. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Is that why you went to Philly?
No, that was for the teaching fellowship. So in Philadelphia, I got interviewed for the Knoll Science Teaching Fellowship, which is a really, really competitive teaching support.
What's that mean
program.
to real people? Does that mean you get to like extra support to teach better?
Yeah. You get like a cohort that you move with throughout the years, and then you can like, you get emotional support, you get pedagogy support.
So wait, you got to follow them around if they change jobs?
No.
Oh.
It's like an electronic cohort, and then you meet 4 times a year in
see.
person, and then you get a chance to like apply for tons of grants for your classroom, a lot of professional and personal development stuff, opportunities, things like that. So, yeah.
I see. Makes no sense to me, but
it's awesome. Just
I believe that.
The electric zapper?
Yeah, I have
You have an
a
electric
bug
zapper?
zapper set up over one of my ponds to feed them.
Right. I remember that.
I had someone, and I don't know who his screen name is, but he brought me one. He flew in and brought me the one I want to try that's like a weed whacker. So it's like a light and just it doesn't fry the bugs, it just knocks them into the water.
That's awesome.
So it saves nutrition. So I'm hoping to set that up. Cory is my cohort. That's right. Like a goblin cohort. It's a magic card.
Huh. That's weird, Charles. Like, mine are super, super aggressive. I would rather that they stared into oblivion and were more docile. I don't know. All right, what temperature do you have them at?
Lucas says, put a heater in that barrel, and then you can just put some over the top so it won't get too warm.
Oh my goodness. Then there'd have to be an electrical cord going out the door.
That's true.
That
It is a
would be-
fire escape.
that
It's
would
not
be-
it's not like your house, Lucas, where it's not a permanent thing here.
Yeah. That'd be really bad.
Got Dwayne here even. That's who asked you on the job front.
Yeah. You pen for teaching physician. That'd be awesome. I do miss teaching at that level. 76, 78 for Blue Galaris? That might, I don't know. We should have Lucas ask. He has way more experience with Blue Galaris. Is that warm, Lucas, or not? Mine are at room temp, which for me is 72. Hold on, I need water. Hold it.
Oh no. So Guppy friend, I guess, really. I don't know where to buy bettas except for Aquabid, kind of in Europe. Maybe Jan will know, but she probably knows a breeder. I'll buy it from this person, but I don't know. Do you know where to buy bettas for people in Europe?
In Europe?
Yeah.
Check out Bettas for All. And,
Bettas for all?
And the International Betta Congress also has shows out there, and they usually have pretty good auctions at their shows. You can check out their show schedule. If you just Google International Betta Congress or Bettas for All, then you can look at their show schedules and see if there's one next to you. And they usually have pretty good auctions. 70% act the same. Interesting. It's hot there.
Pistogramma's in the pond. No, well, because I didn't designate any time. So, like, because I didn't feed very often, I don't think the Epistos went up and, like, fed on bugs much. And so I just ended up taking the pair back in because that was, like, last year, I think, where I basically just put a bunch of stuff out. Nothing happened except for I made, some guppies or something? I can't remember what I did, but this year I plan to do way more videos, and that'll force me to be active on it, which I want to be active. So
That'd be cool. I want to try Epistos. Could they do like a 10-gallon tank?
Oh yeah. I bred the crap out of them in a 10-gallon.
Maybe.
Like the colony bred even.
In a 10-gallon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That would be cool.
I mean, to be fair, I was doing cockatoides, which are like some of the more docile, easier ones, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my wife finally got back from the timeout. Should ask her for it.
It's funny. So Reef and Yeah, I got my paramecium at Carolina Biological. They have all sorts of stuff. Like, I wish I had tons of money so I could buy tons of stuff for my kids, for my school kids. Like,
How much
it'd
was
be
a paramecium
amazing.
culture? Aren't they expensive from Carolina?
So San Francisco Bay Area Killifish Association got it as a group buy. So the club paid for it. And then we got a bunch of aliquots. A bunch of us got smaller portions of it. So that was fun. And then I accidentally let them die. So
That's why I don't
Now-
keep them.
now I need to get more from
I
Jim,
give them away
probably.
before I kill them.
Mhm.
My wife asked me what the coolest fish I saw was today. I don't know. It's probably between the koi I saw, and then there was, like, they were labeling it as a as a queen arabesque pleco, and it looked like the worm line plecos I saw at Eric Bod Rocks.
Really?
Yeah,
Those
it
are so
definitely was
beautiful.
not queen arabesque for dang sure. But
Was that at Neptune?
which maybe they just didn't update the label or something like that, but clearly was not queen arabesque.
Yeah, it's a cool store.
So Extra Step says, Cory, did I see a video that you had some kind of solar water heater connected to a tub? It wasn't connected to a tub. It was actually connected to the fish room, and it was a solar air heater. So sun hits it, hits the black screens, and you push air through it. And so I could take air that was like 70 degrees in the fish room and ram it through really fast, and it came out like 120 degrees on the other side because the sun's amazing. But I didn't build one big enough to really make a big difference, and I was going to put a giant one like on my roof, and then I just paid for natural gas instead. So I'm not saying I'm never going to do it, but I got way lazier on that project. But I did learn. It was pretty cool. And if you watch all the videos on YouTube, it'll do it really well when it's like there's snow on the ground because it reflects all the light. So it's super duper strong.
Do you want to go to bed?
At some point.
You don't have to sit
Eventually.
here.
The natural gas is just so I
We're
can
not-
run
we're not.
like a whole house
It's
heater.
okay. We can talk about fish stuff.
Smiley face asks, Cory, do you think that the burying of the turtle egg would help? Every turtle that I know buries their eggs, and sometimes soil is dry. Supposedly for the mini musk turtles, they want semi-damp, and you don't need to bury it. And in fact, before I left my house, I moved the one that was buried that I was leaving there because they had like knocked around a couple times, and hopefully they didn't detach it from the egg and it didn't die. So I figured they already moved it once or twice, and so I better move it before, because I can't watch it this weekend while I'm gone, obviously.
Charles says you have a ski tan. You don't ski.
I haven't skied in like 5 years.
I've never skied. So.
Oh my gosh, we're just tired. We've been working all day. They're saying that you look high.
I'm falling asleep.
Yes, he's falling asleep. They look similar.
The four-eyed fish, the anableps, is a brackish water fish. That's why it's one of the few livebearers I don't play with currently, but I will someday.
Oh, Kyle's here. Did he break into your place and force you to talk fish?
That's right. That's what I do. I'm coming over.
No, I had to drive all the way to San Jose to pick him up.
How far is Sacramento?
3 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't have enough time to do that tomorrow, Josh. Come to Sacramento and check out the fish stores.
The Aquarium Society there is good. It's a good one.
Well, all you gotta do is invite me, and then I could have an opening. But yeah. Where's my next stop on the fish tour? What's the first stop tomorrow?
We are definitely hitting Aquaforest and Ocean Aquarium.
Unless there's a parade.
It'll be fine.
Okay. So Aquaforest, Ocean Aquarium, and then what was the other one? Someone else was telling me.
six others.
The other
that we
one,
could
what
go
was
to.
someone telling me though? They were telling me.
6th Avenue?
Yeah.
We can go there.
All right. It's not your favorite, I can tell. Someone was just mentioning go there.
I mean, it's just, It's an interesting store.
All right. I tend to go to stores that are the least out of the way. So if it's like a minute away.
Oh no, and it's like in the heart of like the real Chinatown, so that could be really cool to see also.
I hope it's like Liam's was. That's my hope.
Liam's? Oh, is that the one in Seattle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That burned down.
the old one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it.
Awesome. A hole in the wall then. Well, bettas do well in tubs outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it depends if it's warm enough.
There's a betta breeder that does it in Washington.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then like some of the people in our club down in San Jose, they grow out their bettas during the summer, and they grow incredibly fast outside when it's nice and warm because they're eating all the bugs and stuff, just like any fish that's outside in the pond life, you know. And they can get to show size in like 16 weeks out there.
Apparently, paramecium culture is only $18 from Carolina. For Carolina, so that's cheap.
Nice.
I just know Daphne. I want to say like it's like $40 plus shipping, and you only get like 100 Daphne or something crazy. So, but you do get, they are like actual identified strains. You can buy Molina, you can buy Pulix, you can buy, lots of different strains, and they're actually been identified.
Yeah, which is the smallest one, is Aurelia. Oh, look, there's a question for you. Josh Black is asking, what's your favorite fish?
My favorite fish?
Yeah.
To eat?
No.
I don't have a favorite fish. I don't have fish. I don't keep fish. My favorite fish is like cuttlefish. There, that's my favorite.
You do like cuttlefish.
Those are called cuttlefish.
They're so cute.
Cory, wouldn't the bugs that fall in your pond carry parasites? I have no idea. I don't know how many like Western Washington bug parasites are transferable to tropical fish. Because I would wager, and this is just purely guessing without an ounce of research, that any parasite that happened during the summer would, well, no, probably, I'm just guessing temperature ranges wouldn't be right. Like, take them indoors to tropical temperatures, too warm, parasite doesn't make it. I have no idea, though.
I'd be more worried of snails. Like, snails are the intermediate host of everything.
Right.
Like wild snails are filled with all sorts of crazy stuff.
How far am I from Lamont? 5 hours. So it's not, I did look it up because I had all day today to basically kill. And so I was like, sweet, if Lamont is anywhere near, I will do that. But, you got to imagine 5 hours for me to get to him or him to get to me, and then 5 hours back does not seem like a good investment of time for either of us. So, yeah, you can deworm and stuff. Like, I don't know. I've never really had, I don't think I've ever picked up a parasite from outside. Like, bringing fish in, never had a problem. I brought in like dragonfly larvae and stuff like that I had to fish back out, but never, I don't think I've ever brought anything like even bacterial infections or anything like that. So maybe it's just not a problem. I don't know. I think it's one of those things, a lot of people worry about stuff that there's no need to worry about until you actually encounter it. Like, what if that goes wrong? Yeah, what if it does? What if it never happens, though? So.
Can you make the text bigger? Can you zoom?
I do on my monitor, but I think you have to change the actual text on your...
I can't just go like, oh my goodness.
Whoa.
I'm going to accidentally ban someone again.
Yeah, you're a little zoomed in there. There you go.
Is that good? Yeah, I can read this.
And you just scroll down.
Okay, sorry, I'm scrolling past things. Okay,
taco
ask
shops?
It again if you...
Taco shops? I did hit taco shops. I hit, La Victoria Taqueria? And then...
We're going to go to the Mission tomorrow.
We're on a mission to the Mission.
There's some real good ones.
And I did have the orange sauce to anyone that knows La Victoria Taqueria.
The flamboyant cuttlefish. That's the one we saw at Steinhardt. The cute one? The cuttlefish that you liked? This is the flamboyant one.
Okay.
The SoCal Killifish Club? No, but I really want to go. Like, that's on my to-do list, just to go to sake.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm in for tomorrow. I'm just along for the ride. So
Fertilizers your pesticides from the golf course? Yeah.
I have a golf course next to my house. So are we in NorCal? Is that
Kind of.
mm.
I mean, some people say San Francisco is NorCal, but there's like 8 hours of California north of us. Or I guess, how long does it take to drive to Oregon from San Francisco?
Oregon, like 5 hours.
Yeah. San Francisco is actually like mid-California. But in reference to SoCal, yes, NorCal. Orange sauce?
The orange sauce. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It tasted good though. It was almost too spicy for me, which I know, or anyone that's had that orange sauce is gonna say that's not that spicy. I just don't do well with like hot sauce. I can eat lots of like wasabi and mustard and that kind of stuff, but that kind of hot, I'm so weak at it.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we use Flourish? I use Easy Green. I used to use Flourish when they gave me a bunch of it for free, and I just had to overdose the crap out of it.
Is that detrimental to overdose a lot with Flourish? Or?
No, so Flourish, because there's like almost no nitrogen stuff in it, it's like when you actually look at, like if you look at it from a chemist standpoint, you're gonna go, there's almost nothing in this. It's almost water.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I want to say Flourish off the top of my head, which I know there's a spreadsheet running around that like nitrogen in the actual Flourish is like 0.03%, and then like Easy Green is 3.7%.
Oh wow.
And then like most of the nutrients are actually that way, and that's the reason we were dosing like in the store. If you're a gold dealer or a platinum dealer for CChem, you get a bunch of store use products, and so we get Flourish and stuff by the gallons. But we were dosing at 16 times the recommended dose to keep our sales tanks, growing. Because it's just,
Wow.
One, it consumes a lot because we're injecting CO2 and the plants are super thirsty because they're converting into submerged grown. But in my opinion, also, that's the main reason why most people don't do well with plants is because they're putting in fertilizer with almost no fertilizer in it, and they're buying very powerful lights, and they're just getting a lot of algae because the plants are starving. And so made Easy Green to have a lot more, and now it's kind of magical because I know because I'm in tune with what lights are on the market, and I design a fertilizer to go with those lights. It works out really well. But
it's really interesting.
Flourish has to be on the shelf of a PetSmart and a Petco, and then someone has Oscars in their 55-gallon tank, and they buy Mondo grass and a piece of bamboo, both which shouldn't be underwater, and then they put Flourish in it. If you put too much Easy Green in that scenario, it might take high nitrates they already have in this Oscar tank and really put them high. And so they've designed a product that anyone could use, and it will like never kill a fish. But at the same time, I won't say
water, right?
Yeah, I won't say that it won't grow plants. It's just that it has very little of NPK, which is like the main building blocks for a plant. So
is that why a lot of people went to like dry fertilizers and stuff?
I think so, yeah. And I think it's and I think that went the opposite direction. So then you take something that was super weak, and you go to something that's now like crazy potent.
There you go.
And so it's the extreme opposite, which is the problem. And so now people are like burning stuff with too much and getting way too much algae the other way. Because really the goal is the right amount of fertilizer, right amount of light, no algae. But when you do like an EI method, where you're basically put in way too much nutrients, and the goal is change 50% of the water, and that removes most of it at the end of the week, and then put in way too many nutrients again, a lot of people get behind on that, and because they're not testing. They're just going, no, it just says we do this, and it works, and I watched it work for my friend, and it worked for my other tank, but every tank's different. So Is this a sleepover? Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to sleep on this couch right behind us. This is a pull-out bed, though, so it's good.
We missed a lot. Should we scroll back up again?
Only if we run out of stuff, I do. Otherwise, I just keep it going.
Otherwise, you just keep going. Okay. See, Cory's teaching me all of the things.
Yeah.
while I accidentally ban people.
That's not the first. I had never encountered that one before. I've never accidentally banned people. I intentionally ban people all the time.
Haha. I do love this shirt. It's gorgeous. Like
I've got
rainbow
plans for
fish.
mine. I've never even worn mine yet. I got plans. I'm gonna tie dye it. No.
You know, I am so sad. I was like trying to find the original Aquarium Co-op shirt, like the first one, and I can't find it.
I already pulled, in case we shoot any video, I already
don't know
pulled the
where it
pictures
is.
of you wearing that shirt so we can work it into a video.
Oh really? Oh my goodness. I'm like,
I got it to Jimmy
I'm making
already.
like weird faces. Like
You were. I was like, this is gonna be perfect.
Where's Weldon? He's asleep. I don't want to wake him up.
I've only seen his tail so far in person.
Mm-hmm.
So
Represent you. Don't roll deep. Oh man, I do need to go. That would be really fun. But that's like $2,000 to go to Aquatic Experience. That's a lot of money.
it's $2,000 if you take someone with you. If you go alone, it's like $1,300.
That's a lot of money.
I didn't say it wasn't a lot of money. I'm just saying $1,300 is clearly different than $2,000.
Mhm.
That's the problem with being on the West Coast when events are on the East Coast. And you got to
Everything's
pay for
far
hotel
away.
rooms and stuff. It's brutal.
Yeah, and I'm already going to Chicago. So, for the American Killifish Association.
Seems like Aquatic Experience is better.
I'm really excited to go to AKA with all my SFACA friends, but then there are all these friends. I don't know.
The AKA,
I'm just
though,
gonna have to
wait,
go
I'm
to
gonna plug my phone in. Keep talking.
what?
I'm plugging my phone in because
Okay.
I don't want it to die.
Yeah, Chicago is the Midwest, Cory. It's not East Coast.
Anything to the right of Washington is the
Anything.
East Coast to me.
Yeah, plane ride, hotel.
Rocks from nature. I've done it a couple of times, but mostly I'm too lazy to lug them around. When I go to like a river and I fill up a 5-gallon bucket full of rocks, it seems like a great idea. Like I'm gonna save a bunch of money. And then it's a horrible thing to lug all the way back to the car. So I always regret it.
Yeah, I don't trust anything outside from here. Like I just wouldn't in the city. I'd have to go out. Yeah, we were thinking like the California Betta Society is thinking of going to like the Russian River, which is north of here, and looking for stuff up there, like in the Arcata area. But again, it's a lot of stuff to lug around.
So Josh, there was events on the West Coast. The problem is no one attended them, and that's why they died. So the AKA, so the Killifish Convention, was like in Portland like 2 or 3 years in a row and got horrible attendance. And then the Aquatic Experience actually started in Washington, but it was known as the Family Pet Expo. And the attendance was so poor, they said never again. And that's when I went to Chicago ever since. So that's the problem is on the West Coast, everyone's too busy for fish. And like when I was in Ohio, it turns out there's like 150 clubs in Ohio. I swear there's like 1 million clubs. Like every city has got a club. Whereas like in Washington, there's one club, the entire state. And so I think the density is just super low is the problem.
Do you think it's population density or that people are outside more here?
I think there's
or-
nothing else to do in Ohio. That was like I was going, I can see it. You're stuck inside. Like there's not a lot to do. I was just surmising, going, well, okay. And then I think it's a little bit of that. And then the more clubs there are, the more clubs spawn because like, oh, this is popular. Oh, let's make more. So because I feel like there's probably a lot of clubs that have like 50 people each, and if there was only one club, there might be 200 people.
I mean, there's a lot of clubs here. Like, there's PCCA, there's CBS, there's SFAS, there's SAS, there's there's a lot here. But it's also the Bay Area. So
yeah, I only have
pretty
one.
high population density here.
To be fair, I don't even make the one anymore. I'm always missing it. Like I think there's one on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, and it's the home show. I think we'll see if I can make
want
it.
to see the home show. I do love watching it.
Part of the problem is I'm lazy, and I know that like the home show will get uploaded. I can just watch it online. And so it's like, why show up if I can, just watch it online? So I'm part of the problem. I admit that. So
yeah.
Go
to it, Lucas.
Go
Sorry.
to what? Oh,
AKA.
there's another Killy event, by the way, because I was looking at events after Chicago, like the week after it in Ohio. There's like a billion events.
Oh,
so I'm
yeah,
thinking
there's
about maybe
tons.
going back out there because there was like a Killifish convention and like the Ohio extravaganza or something. So the AKA is known as the American Killifish Association. It's kind of like the ALA. Oh, I see. We got hit with the, dang it. I always get hit with stuff when I actually take people literal when I'm trying to answer their questions. So AKA is AKA. I get it. Like also known as. So he's spelling out AKA.
Oh. Good one.
Yeah. I'm going to troll you through the internet now, Joel, for like the next 3 weeks. I'm going to get the number to where you work and just like prank call you.
Ooh, dry leaves for tannins.
See, that's the problem is, I don't know if I can say most dry leaves.
Correct.
Because I don't know what
Sorry.
species,
Funny.
or not species, but like, I know maple leaves will work,
Oak leaves.
oak leaves. The problem is you also want to make sure it's like out in nature, not on the side of the road, because you can get a lot of like road cast off and stuff. So.
Reef and library aquatics? I'm not sure. I'm not a killifish expert at all. If the eggs aren't developed enough, like the people in my club have said to just put them back in the peat and then just incubate them for 2 or 3 more weeks and then try wetting them again. So, and hopefully they don't dissolve into the peat.
Yeah, because I think
you just kind of
the killifish breeders that I talk with, they wet them at least 3 times because supposedly nature has designed it so that the first time they get wet, some will hatch out. But if they all hatched out and it was like just a little bit of rain, then like that species goes extinct. So it's like you get some the first one, some the second one, and you can go as long as you want, but it's so, after 3, there's so few eggs that are even left that you're almost wasting time.
Like one of my friends, he works with Leptoleubius, which have like incredibly long incubation times. He keeps wetting them once a month for over a year, like just to make sure they all get through there. Like it depends on the species. Like, but then you also want to check if you even have eggs in there. Like, I would really try hard to look through and look for eggs. Make sure that there are eggs in there. So.
Cottonwood leaves being used for tannins? I don't know if I've heard of that. Wait, vernal pool for fairy shrimp? I don't know what that means. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Pool fairy, what?
I want that. I would kill to be able to collect fairy shrimp or Daphnia.
Banded gourami? I have not. Have you?
I need to save that phone number. What about the banded gourami? Have you ever kept it? I've never kept it, I don't think.
Peacock gudgeons. I love those.
I hope the entire internet calls you tomorrow, Joel. Like, what if you just like
should we
get fired over
that just in case?
No,
like,
I think he's smart enough not to put his real number.
Yeah, totally. It's just like the AKA thing.
I'll end up calling it. It'll be like Pizza Hut. Dang it.
Let me try out this one. Yep, I would do that. Yep.
Have you played with Samurai Gourami? It's one of the licorice gouramis, right?
Nope, haven't tried Samurai.
Which, by the way, I cut out most of the footage, and maybe I'll put out extra footage or something, but I toured Lawrence Kent's fish room, and he had 11 different species.
Really?
Of basically licorice gouramis.
Oh, I want to go there. Oh my goodness, for a good time.
You'll never get to go there because he's never home.
I know,
it took
he's
me
never
2 years to get in. Like, I saw it once. I was like, oh man, I need to get back there. And
every time I've gone home to Edmonds, I've been like, are you there? Are you there?
He's never there.
Yeah, I got my licorice gouramis from him by like this weird like gymnastic thing like Linda Olson was kind enough to like hold them for a couple
Right.
days because he was just leaving, and yeah, that's how I got mine.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you have any places from Greg Sage? Do I have any places? Plecos? Is that what you mean? Places.
like who's video footage?
Maybe. I mean, I'm going, so I go to see Greg Sage. That's my next trip. So like 3 weeks from today, I go speak in Colorado, and the whole reason was to go film Greg Sage's fish room.
That'd be awesome. See if my rubra are there. He told me the rubra were there, so he asked for them
It's probably a lie.
specifically.
No, I don't know. I don't have any of his green dragon plecos now. I haven't gotten any of those. But I'll see. I have seen his operation, and yeah, because I haven't been there in what, 3, 4. Well, I think I hadn't opened the store yet. I don't think. Yeah, there's no way. So it's been 5 years since I've been there. I can't believe.
Man.
But yeah, because I didn't have YouTube. So that trip we did like cross country. I was doing research on stores, and we were going to the ALA, which is the library convention.
Mhm.
And I got to, I remember I used like the most ghetto phone to film Gary Lang's. And that was like my first fish room tour ever. But I knew, I was like, there's so much cool stuff. I have to take a video, even though it was terrible.
Mhm.
But it still does well on YouTube today. Like it, so I'm excited to go back with like a real camera and know what I'm doing and see if I can't make something awesome. So at least the next trip I need to schedule, which I might be scheduling the ALA because it's in St. Louis and Gary Lang is in St. Louis. So
Man, that'd be awesome.
my thought was get through this weekend, see if I'm burnt out of traveling yet. If not, then buy tickets to that because it starts firing pretty quick because it's like 2 or 3 weeks. I hit Colorado, and then it's the end of that month is ALA again.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, well, make sure my employees don't hate me. So the more I visit people, the more awesome footage we get. Yeah, unless I come to San Francisco. I was hoping there was going to be a lot of big fish rooms here, but
yeah, there's not a lot. I'm sorry.
There's got to be rich nerds somewhere with fish.
Dude, the square footage, cost per square footage here, you saw the parking. Like, it's tough. Like, it's tough. Like, people with the big fish rooms, like, are outside of the city. They're not here.
So, Joel, that's a normal size mug. She's just a giant.
What? This is a big mug.
You're supposed to play along and say it's a normal size mug. I will be speaking. I speak tomorrow at 6 p.m. Yeah. No matter where you are, Extra Steps. I don't care where you are. You should go tomorrow. Start driving now if you have to. This is the PCCA, which hopefully if you're in California, you know that. Pacific Coast Cichlid Association.
Yeah. PCCA is a good club. So
Sacramento area has big fish.
Yeah. Well, Sacramento, you got space, Josh. Like nice. Oh my goodness.
How far is Orange County from here? I want to know what I need to shame this guy.
Orange County is like pretty far. That's SoCal, I think.
Like 6 hours?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
See, 6 hours is drivable. I'm not saying you have to come, but it's not that far.
Yeah.
I mean, Lucas would drive it. I bet you if I was 6 hours from Lucas right now, he'd be driving right now to meet me in the morning. I've grown Pothos submerged. Have you?
Submerged?
Yeah.
I haven't tried it submerged. No.
It does pretty well, in my experience. Between Los Angeles and San Diego.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty far south.
You could pick up Lamont on the way. I don't know if it's on the way, but you know what I mean.
That's love right there. Right there.
That's right.
But yeah, it's tough here. Clown Killies versus annuals, preference wise.
Don't they consider the Clown Killie? Well, is it Clown Killie is annulatus, right? Isn't that the
Epiplates annulatus?
Yeah.
They're short-lived, so.
I feel like I get like 2 years out of them though. What I guess annuals typically do
annuals
too,
usually live longer in captivity. Let's see. Yes, we are in San Francisco, where I live, right by the ocean. You can see the ocean from the window if it wasn't dark.
That's the best part, Lucas, if you can get me in the car on a long car ride, because then I'm trapped and whenever I just talk the whole time. That's what people don't know. Like when the camera turns off, I don't stop talking. It's weird.
I
Except
feel
when
like
it's talking
I
to
was
myself.
talking a lot on the car ride.
In the car ride, you were, because I'm polite. But when other people don't talk, I just dominate, and then I feel bad. In Ohio, literally by the end of Saturday, I had a sore throat. Like my voice was starting to go, and that's a sign where I'm like, oh god, I'm that guy.
Yeah, my throat's still sore, but I was sick, and I can't stop talking because I'm teaching. Disneyland.
You see the fog, Bob the Fog, or whatever it is. Is that a thing?
Yeah, the fog is. I don't know if we'll see a lot of fog this weekend. The fog rolls in usually. Shining a flashlight. Yo-yo's lying on its side. Oh, I didn't know they sleep on their side.
Yeah, I think they do it like clown loaches. I don't see that. I don't know where that comment is, but
Yeah.
I believe it.
Hopefully you get those eggs to hatch. Bye, Reef. Hoping they hatch.
Killifish eggs are a scam anyway. I swear. Like, I mean, I've hatched them out, but I just swear 2 out of 3 times you're not really getting what you buy. Like, I mean, you get what you buy. I'm just saying, if I buy 3 groups of eggs, I'm going to hatch one. I'm going to hatch all 3, but I'm going to get bad ratios or like, oh, what do you mean only 4 hatched?
Mail. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I know.
pretty rough.
That's why I just like to buy them already done. Like, here's a fish.
Here's a fish. I've had like the golden gardener I got. They came in the mail and they all hatched in the mail on the way here.
I've had that happen with rainbow fish eggs. I've never spawned neons. In fact, that's not true. I have spoken with someone who spawned neon tetras, but it's a very advanced fish to spawn for as cheap as it is.
Oh my goodness, it's late. Hold on, I'm gonna eat because I forgot to eat. Hold on.
There's a little random. It's really late. I'm going to eat. I don't know if they hatched in the peat. We'll ask her when she gets back. Why are they so cheap? Because they have big spawns, so they're hard to spawn. But for neon tetras, they can be mass bred in such a large quantity because they're sold so well. That's what makes it easy. I had nachos. That's what I had it. Because, well, I'll explain my actions. I had nachos at La Victoria because they didn't have crunchy tacos, and I like the crunch. ACA is in Michigan. I'll be in Michigan in October. Read about someone who puts neons in a tub in the spring, really soft water, and she brings in more and she put out. Well, I've got super soft water. I guess I could try that. I just feel like that wouldn't work. Just stare at you awkwardly. I should do that. Just totally troll her stream the whole time. So Joel, when it comes to crunchy tacos, real Mexican places don't do crunchy tacos. Real. But I only like crunchy tacos, so. I went to the Egyptian Museum today. It was kind of cool. Not fish related at all. I found actually one fish thing. There's a like fish god or something. I took a picture of it.
Really? There's a fish god?
It was something like that. Yeah, it was. I don't remember. I think I took a picture of the thing and I could read about it, but there was one thing that was like a fish. I don't know if it was a god, but it was definitely like, I don't know. It had to do with food because there's like the corn. Like they have to, for good harvest, they were doing corn mummies and stuff like that.
I mean, it makes sense because the Nile River, like, all their sustenance is from there.
Yeah, and they had a bunch of like hooks and stuff that was kind of cool, but it's kind of weird to look at things that are 5,000 years old.
That's awesome.
Crunchy tacos are for the gringos. Yep, that's this guy. Crunchy.
We're
Does she
gonna go
have-
to La Taqueria tomorrow.
All right. She's got nice betta pictures on, well, I assume you've got them on the Inglorious Bettas website, right? Yeah, I've at least seen them in the talk and stuff, so I assumed they'd also be there.
Mm-hmm.
The taquito was invented in San Diego. Is that true?
I don't know.
I feel like that could be true, though, because taquitos... No, see, I was going to say flautas, because flautas seem like they shouldn't be Mexican food. They just seem like, because I like them, they can't be authentic. Nick's Crispy Tacos in San Francisco before you leave.
I don't know that one.
I'm already intrigued. If they actually have, if it's named Nick's
Nick's.
Crispy, no, it's got to be crispy, because I'm already intrigued, because that guy knows what's up if he's advertising crispy. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
Priscilla's asking if she can use your photos and then draw them.
Oh yeah, sure. That'd be awesome. I want to see them. That'd be so cool.
All right. I guess you got permission.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Lamont too, but he's 5 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
He's I feel like he's like the same distance away right now as when I'm in Seattle.
I mean, essentially, yeah.
I mean, I know it's more than 5 hours, but I'm not any closer to actually getting to him.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think not feeding 1 day a week is good practice? I think it depends on how much skill you have. So if you're new to the hobby, I think it's a good idea. If you're been in the hobby a long time and you're breeding fish and that type of stuff, I think it's probably hindering you a bit. But if you were new to the hobby, underfeeding is usually what I recommend. Amazing tacos.
Nick's Crispy Tacos. We'll look that up.
The problem is everyone always says they've got the best Mexican place. And the reality is they're all pretty much either like good or not good. I don't know that many places stand out because it all depends on how hungry you are. Like the best nachos I ever had was in New York, but also everything in New York was so crappy that it probably just made them that much better.
Really?
Like,
Man, what about a bagel in New York?
I didn't have one, so I don't know.
Oh, those are.
I was only there for like I don't know if we stayed overnight or whatever, but there was just so many people. It was hot, and I felt like I was breathing in someone else's air the whole time.
Yeah.
And then just to sit down and eat those nachos with all the other people in business suits, I thought was amazing. Like, look at that guy, he's in a suit eating nachos.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like that one. Whoa, wait. San Diego does have the best tacos.
everyone thinks they've got the best tacos.
But it's San Diego. It's like right next to the border. Like the Mexican food down there is
which
seriously amazing.
Probably would make it worse because it'd be more authentic, right? And I like fake tacos where I want. So for instance, half the reason I didn't get tacos, besides the fact they didn't have crunchy, is they didn't have ground beef.
Uh-huh.
I much prefer ground beef to shredded beef.
Mm-hmm.
It's entirely different. That being said, shredded beef in a non-crunchy taco is essentially a burrito, and that is the appropriate way to eat it. But a crunchy taco with shredded beef sounds terrible. So Goonfuse, you said, Cory, you like Taco Bell tacos. I don't know that I've ever said that. I think if you go through all of the videos, I think I've said I've eaten them, but I don't know that I've ever said I like them. And in fact, I've stood up and said they have the worst lettuce on the planet by far. And if I was to eat a taco, which I did the other day from there because it came with my Mexican pizza, I strictly ask for no lettuce and tomatoes, which makes you look like you're insane. But if they ever ask, I tell them, have you eaten your lettuce and your tomatoes? They're horrible. They're really bad.
I'm fighting words. Look at that.
That's fine. I'm willing to fight to the death. Worse than Subway lettuce. I'm pretty sure Taco Bell and Subway get their lettuce from the same place because it's both really bad. It's true. I mean, don't get me wrong. The worst taco is still edible when there's no other tacos available. And it's usually, the problem is with my store, there's only like 2 drive-through places. There's 3 drive-through places 4 really, but let's break it down. I've got a Panera, which I don't know. I feel like everything there is overpriced always. So there's that problem. There's also the problem that they have potato soup and they only serve it on Monday and Wednesday. And every time I try to go there on a Monday and Wednesday, they go, oh, it just so happens we're out today. And so that pisses me off. So they're never winning points with me at Panera, and I feel like they are overpriced. So then I've got McDonald's, which, all right, McDonald's kind of sucks, but you do get a large soda for only $1. They've got that going for them. And I do like their chocolate chip cookies. I'm a sucker for paying $1 for 2 chocolate chip cookies. And then I end up choosing something else off the menu because you can't just buy soda and cookies because that's not going to work. Yeah.
Like, I want soda.
I will have you know that they will serve you cookies and soda
with a
during
straight
breakfast.
face. With a
During
straight
breakfast,
face.
because I'll go, I need a breakfast sandwich and some cookies and a soda.
And they'll
then,
just be like, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't even faze them. I'm sure like that's legitimate. They probably are used to way weirder stuff. But then I've also got Taco Bell, right? So I've got Panera, which I'm for some reason like boycotting because I'm just tired of their shenanigans. And then if I don't want McDonald's, I got to go to Taco Bell. And my grandma bought me like $100 gift card to Taco Bell, so I'm trying to use it up.
Oh my God.
The main reason to go to Taco Bell is actually the Baja Blast. Let's be real here. And then the best of all my options is Taco Time, but it's the furthest out of the way and the most expensive. And at this point, I only go to my store like maybe 2 times a week at this point. So, yeah. But that's everything,
grandma.
you know. I find this hilarious that I just broke down my eating options near my store on your channel.
Yeah.
Because your people are going to be
that's
like,
the title of this talk now.
eating options near Aquarium Co-op.
What are Cory's food options?
Yes, Charles. I have a $100 gift card to Taco Bell. And now we're
pretty
going to start
funny.
story time here. Because I go to use this gift card for my grandma. And they tried to say it didn't have any money on it. Like the very first time I was trying to use it. And I was
$100?
like, yeah, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure. Because my grandma's smart, right?
Okay,
so
hold on, just a little lower.
Sorry.
You're getting like excited, so you're like starting to project.
That's right.
So like just
I'm going to wake
a
up all
little
the
lower.
neighbors.
Yeah, we're in an apartment complex.
My grandma is smart. And so it has all the receipts. So I have the receipt along with it. And so I end up paying for it. So the whole reason I go to Taco Bell is use up this gift card, and they can't get it to swipe. And then I pay for it. And then they ask, like, so I get my food, and they're like, well, let's try one more time. And then, of course, it totally worked. And so, but by that point, I'm wanting to go to work. And she's like, well, I can refund it all and do it. I'm like, no. Just give my card back. I'm going to go. It was a big ordeal and enraging because I already told them, like, I'm 100% sure this thing's valid.
Why
And
didn't it run the first 3 times?
I don't know. You know, they like scan it and they wait and it doesn't do anything. They scan it again.
Maybe because like no one's gotten $100 at Taco Bell before.
Yeah. Well, because my grandma asked me what I wanted for Christmas, right? And I was like, well, I don't really need anything. But I remember back from like the college days, like, oh man, gift cards to like go out to eat was amazing. So I was like, just do that, Grandma. Like, that's easy. She's like, oh, so easy. Because in years previous, it's been like, oh, here's an Amazon gift card or something. And I wanted to mix it up. So now I have, like, I think I've got like $40 to Wendy's, like $100 to Taco Bell.
That's awesome.
And I actually gave, this secret's out now, I gave my employee the Papa John's gift card for like $25 because of their birthday. So, yeah.
Whoa.
That's right. But it was unlikely because I'm a Domino's guy compared to Papa John's. I mean, I'll eat it. Don't get me wrong. I'll eat it. So, can fish eat ground beef raw and cooked? I know people have fed it cooked. Raw, I mean, I guess there's no reason why they couldn't. I know assassin snails can eat raw steak.
Whoa.
Because a breeder does that, but I don't know specifically.
Whoa, they feed their snails raw steak?
The assassin snails, because they want protein.
Oh my God.
That was at the beginning, like rewind like 3 years ago, when no one really knew how to mass produce those things.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out you can just feed a lot of bloodworms, but they found, like, they just threw a piece of steak in there, and then they found, like, they really ate it, and they want something fleshy like that. So,
Whoa. I don't know why that just gave me chills. Like the thought of assassin snails, like to a steak.
I don't know if they harpoon it. Like, they do that to kill their prey, but they might be smart enough to know that that steak's not running away.
Because I used to keep pet planarians when I was a kid, like a long
Really?
time ago.
How did you source pet planarians?
Carolina Biological Supply.
Okay, so let's rewind more. How did you know what they were?
I was a really nerdy kid. Like I had one of the rooms in my grandparents' basement was just all of my experiments. And one of the experiments was I wanted to cut a planarian in half. And so I had pet planarians.
Right, but did you have like a science textbook or something? Like, how did you know they even existed?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, I can understand, like, oh yeah, I had sea monkeys. Like, that's a commercial kit, but I've never heard of someone.
I guess I just read about it somewhere. But anyway, I used to feed them raw steak, like suspended on a string, and just put it in there. And the planarians would go, and then they have the feeding tube, and they their stomach onto the steak. So it was really cool. It was a fun thing to have as a pet as a child.
Yeah, that's a first. I mean, I feel like you would have done Daphne or something, but
Oh, look, your wife.
what is she?
I came back.
Oh, that's true. See, what you don't realize is she gets the same earful. Like she gets the real time. I come home and like you can't believe what I got put through at Taco Bell today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So last time at Taco Bell, I'm just gonna finish this now.
You're already in it. You gotta finish.
I feel like what was the last day I worked? I worked Tuesday because we had employee. I think it was Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I asked for no lettuce and tomatoes on that taco. And of course, it comes with lettuce and tomato. Or it came with tomatoes because they handed me the receipt and it didn't say no tomato. And so then I got to be like, does this have lettuce or tomato on it? Turns out it had both. So even though it said no lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it got awkward because then they get like super apologetic. They're like, what can we do to make this up? Do you want some, what do they call them? Crustitos or whatever, like the cinnamon twist things. They got a term for them. Like, no, I don't want any of that junk. But then you have this awkward silence of like the person standing there because they don't make the food. They just like take the orders and everything. And you're kind of sitting there, and then they start asking like, "So how's your day going?" Like, well, I guess okay. It's like it's awkward now. This is taking too long. But I always wonder, like, why can't they just get it right? Because I'm very direct when I order. Like,
yeah, I
knew what I want.
They can get a gazillion orders a day,
She admitted she was multitasking, and then I said, "Okay, well, that's understandable, I guess." So,
the
fat content in ground beef would be too fatty, and would be stored in the fish, not digested. You got to feed a choice of Angus beef, cooked medium rare, served with mashed potatoes and asparagus. To be fair, that's an actual problem with salmon. Like, that's why I don't believe all the hype and omega-1 and stuff where they claim to use whole salmon. As far as I know, it's been proven that salmon has such rich fat. That's why most companies don't use it, is because it builds up fatty livers on fish.
Really?
That's just what I've been told.
Interesting.
But, so it is a legit thing because it's like anything else. Too much fat content is bad. So.
Oh, my favorite experiment from my childhood? Oh, man. To think about. Oh, I think one of my favorites. Hold on. I used to get wood beetles from out in Washington, like the wood beetles
like the roly-poly ones?
No, the ones that if you peel back the bark on rotting wood, you can see the trails of the wire worms going through there. I used to get those and then sandwich a piece of wood and then rubber band them together. And then you could watch them develop. And then eventually they develop into this beautiful beetle, a wood beetle. And if you touch it, it goes, phew, like springs around. And then I used to have carabid beetles. So those are the ones that like can sense, they eat earthworms. And I used to put like drag earthworm slime on my arm, and then I would put my beetle over here, and then it would track the earthworm slime, and then it would eat the beetle or eat the worm on my arm. And then I used to miniaturize plants too. Actually,
Miniaturize them?
Yeah, I have miniature plants right now.
Okay. I don't know. I've never heard of this. I mean, I've heard of wood beetles, but miniature plants.
I didn't make these. I got these. Someone else at a festival thought it would be cool to do that too. Look, they're succulents, but they've been miniaturized, just like bonsai.
So what does that mean? You just train them not to grow? Like,
yeah, you put them in limited. They're in limited nutrient, right? Because they're in a very small amount of soil and water, and they're crowded for space. So these succulents, if they were larger, they would be, they're just miniaturized versions.
So could you take a normal one and that's how you make that? Yeah.
So what I would do with the African violets is I would like propagate them by cutting the leaf, right? And then you get a little plantlet. When it's small, you transfer that into one of these sized pots. Like I think I used the same size pot when I was a kid. And then one problem that you have with African violets is that they need a lot of more water than you can keep up with the demand. And so like I had to figure out a hydroponic wicking system for these tiny pots, But succulents don't need that. These guys can survive without water for like a week.
Have you done that with your class yet? That seems super interesting.
Maybe I could do that. I have tons of things I want to do with my kids.
Because then they could take them home, right? Like, because it seems like you could propagate a ton of these things. Yeah. That seems awesome.
Like all the kids could have tiny
Is that what they do? My wife's always trying to rope me into these projects. Is that what they do with the corks and magnets? Like, I swear she showed me like a Pinterest thing where they like carve out the cork and then they put like tiny little succulents in it. And then you put it as a magnet on your fridge.
That's cool.
She's always trying to get me to do that. And I'm like, nope, not doing it.
Yeah, you could do that. But anyway, how do you put it so you can see what it?
Well, normally I have multiple screens, so you probably just have to alt tab.
Oh, there you go. So that is super whited out.
And how old is that thing?
This is like 4 months old now. It's filled in really nicely. So this one hasn't done so well. The light's not working, but oh, there, that looks nice.
Learn something new every day. Came to San Francisco to learn about mini plants.
Yeah, all my carnivorous plants are over here.
I can definitely see the path from keeping planaria to your current line of work like this.
It's just
you weren't
fun.
a normal kid.
I was not a normal child. Bonsai kid. Yeah, that'd be cool. What grade do I teach? Currently 9th grade biology and then junior and senior physiology. So, that's pretty funny. Everything is smaller.
That's right. That's right. Those plants are just to scale because you can't keep normal ones. That's hilarious, actually.
Oh no, like I have all my other plants there. Here, let me see if I can.
I feel like you need to do like a mini Wabikusa garden somehow.
Yeah, this one just opened. This is not miniature. This is a tropical pitcher plant. See? It almost died when I was in the Philippines, and now it's got a brand new pitcher.
You were only gone for what, like 2 weeks or something?
Yeah, this thing needs a lot of water, and then it almost died. See, these pitchers died. But then it has a new one.
Do you have to put water in the pitchers?
That's all digestive juices, like produced by the plant. If you touch it, it's all sticky.
Do you have to feed it? I gotta touch it now. Do you have to feed it like insects or anything?
I feed it fertilizer. Just like little.
But it doesn't have to eat any living thing.
It doesn't have to be alive. It doesn't have to be alive. Yeah. If I don't burn out the hobby first.
Don't buy me a gift card, The Fish Life. If you want to give give something to me, buy something for yourself off my website. That's the best way. Or donate money to the Amazon Research Center in my name.
Are you gonna go visit?
I want to, yeah.
That'd be so cool.
So in theory, and I'm not holding them to this, but apparently since we donated so much that they're gonna actually name one of the ponds after Aquarium Co-op.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And another, who was it? It was like, and I don't know, you got to look it up, but it was like, I think it was Massey. So the club that Gary Lang's in, they donated like $1,300 or something like that. So
they get a pond too.
I don't know. You know, that's the thing. If I don't want to start like a whole pond war or anything, you know, so it's kind of like one of those. Yeah. So, but I want to see it take off, and I want to go visit it because I think that'd be cool. So, yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Taking all of us to the Amazon. That's right.
Yeah, my mom made this Snuggie.
Made it?
Yeah, she sewed my prom dresses. Like, she's super talented. My mom made this Snuggie, and it has Washington State University logo on it.
I'm assuming that's where you went?
For undergrad.
So, Charles, you say that the Pond Wars is coming to National Geographic. The Pond Digger actually released an episode, like his pilot episode. I forget what it's called, but it was like, it's all about ponds. So he like,
it's cool.
You know, it's a little weird because I don't want to say this in front of everyone, but it's like, I can't believe it's true. Like, it's got to have the network spin on it, right? Because supposedly the pilot I watched was like, he's got this wealthy couple or whatever have all these expensive koi, and they're moving houses, right? So they're selling their house and moving, and then like the drama point hits, and they say like, but you got to get it done because the house closes in 2 days. And so like, because they spend,
so that's the drama. Is
they
like
spend
standing room only. Like...
Yeah, they spend like 10 minutes talking about how difficult this pond's going to be to build, and I'm sure it's like this big amazing pond, and then they drop all of a sudden like, by the way, it's got to happen in 2 days, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like if these people were like super koi people, they'd be like, oh man, we're selling our house and we're that well off. Let's start building the pond 2 months ahead of time.
Yeah.
So I fully believe he's building the ponds. He's doing all that kind of stuff. But I feel like, well, there's some TV magic going on, which will make it for good TV.
Yeah.
You know? But that's kind of cool to see that, you know, a YouTuber, you know, and I think that's why he kind of dropped off the radar, because like Pond Digger kind of went dark like before the end of the summer, and just nothing came out. I think it was for that project. So I don't know if it's actually going to release or whatnot, but the pilot's on is, if you look up the Pond Digger on Facebook, you can watch the pilot and everything.
That's cool.
It's kind of cool to see, you know, just like, wow, it's an actual, I don't know, because it's a pilot, I don't know exactly what channel. I feel like it'd be on, what do they play that stuff on, like A&E and stuff? What do they play?
I don't watch TV anymore.
I don't have TV, so I don't know. Amazon Research Center is Anthony's project, correct? That is correct, as far as I know. Ooh, I do need Murphy on a Snuggie blanket. I do have, so my what is it? Aunt-in-law? What do you call that? My wife's aunt, I think. Anyway, made us a cool quilt for our wedding, and it's got, so I'll tell the story. I've never shown it on camera. I think I showed it on camera once, but she made this ridiculously cool quilt. One side is all like cupcakes and stuff like that, because my wife's a baker. And then the other side was saltwater fish. And I was kind of like disappointed, because I'm like, oh, it's saltwater fish. I like freshwater fish. Because I'd only seen like a picture of it. But then we finally got it, right? Because she spent a long time. She like hand quilts and does all this stuff. So it's like this amazing thing. Turns out it's got Corydoras and discus on it, as well as a saltwater fish. So it became like way cooler to me. So I actually do have a blanket with discus and stuff like that on it. But
wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, I do want Murphy though. And my sister-in-law made, I've shown that on Instagram. I've got these pillowcases that have all these little puffer fish. So
that's so cute.
How would I donate money to the research center under your name, Cory? I think you just go to the GoFundMe and you can put any message you want. And don't do it in my name. Do it like Team Aquarium Co-op or something like that. You know, I want,
Taco union.
yeah, because hopefully it motivates other people to do it too. That's the goal, I think, is I would love, because I talked to this guy through Facebook and stuff, and he took out like a second mortgage on his home to make this project happen and everything. So, because I was asking him, like, if we don't make enough money, is it going to happen? He's like, oh, it's happening. But the more money I get, the more I can actually do. So this guy is like making it his life's work. And so now I'm like, oh man, I really want to try and help him, because I don't want him to like go into financial ruin and the project not happen. Like that would be horrible, right? To get like, yeah, we've built everything halfway, and then like, oh, I lose my house or something. Like I don't know exactly the situation, but
wow.
Yeah. So let's see. Where's the GoFundMe thing for the research center? I think it's on my Facebook page. I might, well, I can't do a link because I'm not a mod. So if you ask me, if you email me, or it's on the Facebook, you just got to dig down a ways. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, cameraman fell asleep probably.
Yeah.
Tired.
Any last fish questions people got? Because there's been a lot of Taco Bell.
It's been a lot of taco.
There's been a lot of miniature plants and other weird stuff not related to fish.
What else did we talk about?
I'm most interested with the mini plants, I think, so far.
Yeah, they're cute. They're fun. They're easy. You could do them.
I feel like I would overwater them or underwater them. What's more important for bettas, floor space or water depth? What about heat?
Heat's important. I don't know. My fish like it at 80 or close, 78.
Do you put them on heat mats or whatever? Oh. I want to look at
the domestic ones. The wild ones are at room temp. So.
Yeah, I've never done those heat strips, so I want to look at that system. I've seen it like at Lamont's house. He had like snakes and stuff set up on it, but I want to see it with fish.
That's what it's built for, yeah.
And then what was...
I've never seen... He was here earlier.
For what?
I've never seen cameraman.
Oh.
He got tired. Oh, look, there it is.
Yeah, that'll work. Dwayne found it for us. Tips on growing up brine shrimp for PBS to adult fish. It's a hard road. I've done it. So here's the cool thing. Adult brine shrimp, when they're happy, are live bearers. So it's super easy. You just keep netting them out because they're like guppies. But they molt so many times. I want to say when I was doing research, and this is a while ago, like from baby to adult is something like 14 or 18 molts.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's a ton.
That's what pollutes all the water. So that creates all the ammonia. And so you either got to use really big, like a pond, like even 20 gallons or more of a pond or something like that, or even bigger. The only people that I really see do really well with brine shrimp are those that own like a saltwater store, and they use all the water change water from the reef tanks and they put that into a pond.
Wow.
So basically, because the problem is saltwater costs money, and they were just going to put that down the drain, so it's like free, and because it's a reef tank, it's super clean already because they can't let it get bad. So yeah, is a betta happy when they build a bubble nest?
Whenever I've seen bettas like get a water change and have a nice tank or whatever, they have bubble nests constantly. I've also seen bettas in horrible conditions build bubble nests, but I have not seen them to the same frequency building bubble nests, if that makes sense. I've seen them build more nests when they're happy than when they're like slowing away in a PetSmart or something. You know? So I think they will build bubble nests regardless, but the frequency increases when they feel like they are in a better place. But I don't know. What do you think? Because I've seen it both places, but
yeah,
who knows? I guess I could like set up a controlled study and like count.
Right. I mean, I think the real
Nets
question
and
is,
stuff, you know?
will they try and set up a bubble nest before they die? Like, is it a, oh God, let's reproduce before we die type of thing? Or is it only we're happy enough to do it type of thing?
I think it's both. Like, you know, like one trick to get fish to spawn is to like simulate them going through the shipping experience.
Hmm.
Like it's one trick. Like if your fish are like really not going for it, you can try it. Like my fish always go normally.
So you just bag them up and like
you just bag them
for 2 or 3 days or what?
Yeah, and you like throw the box around and like pretend it's going through the shipping experience.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's one trick that you can do.
Oh, hold on. Joel's getting deep here. Hang on. So if you feed fresh baby brine shrimp and it's too excess and some go on to adulthood, they will leave behind molts that will be ammonia producing. Technically, yes, but only if that was in salt water. The problem is they're going to die off in fresh water. But yes, they molt a ton, and all those shells and their poop pellets is what they call them, and even the studies lead to a lot of ammonia. Yeah.
Poop pellet.
And from what I know, all the, well, I won't say all, but like the majority of the brine shrimp that's being made as adults, they're only made where they can pump in ocean water because it is such a process. And then from what I was reading about labs, what they do, because the water quality is so important, they have these like, to me, they look like undergravel filter plates made out of stainless steel. And like each day they change the plate and it's got a different, like, it's not microns, but different sizes so that the molten stuff can fall through, but the adults can't get through. And that's how they keep, like, they can keep cleaning underneath it without getting the adults. And, but they got to change that plate like every day until they raise them up. And then, you know, obviously you're doing like, oh, we're going to do giant amounts because that's a lot of work to go, yeah, we made, you know, 1 pound or something.
Wow, I had no idea it was
because I really wanted, because it's really expensive. I got to order it out of Florida and get it to Washington. And a lot of times it'll cook on the way or freeze on the way. Well, it doesn't really freeze on the way, but like a lot of, because brine shrimp can tolerate such horrible conditions, they usually never get a water change. So if I order it to someone who keeps it in stock, it just means it's sat in its own filth for the last week and a half or something like that. And so it's, they're meant to be fed out quickly and not sustainable. And I want something that's sustainable because also every time I order it, I basically am introducing another styrofoam box into the environment, and it's expensive. And most of the times it's saltwater vendors that want to sell it and not freshwater vendors because they're already ordering marine animals and stuff like that from the places they're going to make it. And so it's expensive, and I'm killing the environment to provide such little food, really, because it's like a pint of it. It's not much. So anyway, I've tried a lot to make it sustainable, and I've not done it yet. And it always comes back to, it gets too expensive to water change them with salt water. And everyone's like, well, yeah,
water would be such a
they're like, just use the, you know, when you change your salt water. I don't sell salt water, so yeah. Everyone's hitting with the fish questions now.
I know.
What's a good way to keep CO2 in the water? I'm using Aquaclear 50 on a 40 breeder and a circulation pump, but I'm not seeing quick growth. Lighting is Flu Wall 2.0. Chances are it's fertilizer. You might need more fertilizer, something like that. And it depends on the plant. I mean, some plants just won't grow fast, like Java moss, can't get to grow that fast. Anubias, not that fast. And
yeah, my plants really started picking up when I started adding the Easy Green. Like,
it's just
and
way more potent.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which I think he might be using Easy Green, but sometimes people are trying to get something to grow fast. It just won't grow fast is the problem. Male bed in a 2.5 gallon tank. What are your tips?
It's awesome. I mean, heat it.
That's
like
probably
80 heat 80 degrees. Plants if you can. It's just that bedders are so easygoing. Like, I don't know. But heating for sure. And then from then on, you can kind of choose whatever decorations you want.
So Goon Fuse, you're dimming the light because CO2 isn't stable. Add an air stone. Like we have tanks in the store that are running the same lighting, and we're dosing Easy Green, and the plants are pearling, and we're not injecting CO2. So at an airstone that will add CO2. And I know you're going to go, that gas is off CO2, but if your water has less CO2 than the air that you're injecting in, it diffuses in just like oxygen would. So what's brighter, Phoenix Ray 2 or Fluol 2.0? So a Ray 2 is going to be brighter. It also has no reds at all. And a Fluol Fresh 2.0 is a better constructed light, does have some reds in it. And that's the one I currently recommend to people, but a Ray 2 is stronger par-wise. Overdosing Easy Green. Anything overdosing is bad if the tank didn't need it. So if your tank needs 1 pump of Easy Green, you're putting in 2, that's bad. You know, testing to figure out if you need 2. If it needs 2, that's fine. So have I used Greg Sage's fertilizer? I have. Kyle's Wild World? I have indeed. In my experience, I didn't notice radical differences, but the problem for me is like it's between one fertilizer and another, where I think Greg sells that fertilizer mostly to like fish rooms and stuff, because like one of his tubs treats like 40,000 gallons or something, and it's meant to target someone that uses no fertilizer. So, and what I don't like about it is the dosing instructions. It's like 1 tablespoon to a 2 liter, and then of that 2 liter, it's like 1 milliliter treats 30 gallons. And I've told them that for a long time. That was 5 years ago. I'm like, you need to streamline it so that it's like 1 milliliter treats 10 gallons. So, yeah.
I want peacock gudgeons again. I miss those.
They're like the prettiest thing that beats on stuff, I swear.
That beats on.
They do. If you put them in a community tank,
that's why I had to get rid of them.
Yeah, and they always get sold as, no, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
They're not fine. So.
But the tank mates in 15, speaking of.
Tank mates for peacock gudgeons?
Yeah. Because they get mean.
They do. I'm trying to think of something I can honestly recommend that's not going to be like getting nipped up all the time.
They're so gorgeous, though. I think they're gorgeous.
Oh, that's the problem, is they look amazing.
And then like the way they take care of their eggs and fry is just like, oh, that's so cute. It's like watching male bettas. Like you kind of fan their eggs, and it's really cool.
I'm trying to think in a 15-gallon what I could recommend. See, this is the reason I don't sell this fish, is because like there's like no good options to go, because whatever you put in there is going to get nipped on. So even if I say like, yeah, do cherry barbs, like there's going to have nipped up fins probably.
Yeah, I am tired. I've been going for a while today. I taught, and then I had class, and then I had a meeting, and then I drove to San Jose.
So we can get an early start tomorrow. So there's 1 minute left. Oh, nope, we're done. Midnight. I was going to call it a midnight, and so we were pretty much done.
Yeah. Yay, baby peacock gudgeons. Maybe I'll do a tank too. Yeah.
You need to figure out what to live with.
I know. There's too many cool
In a bigger
fish.
tank, you can make it work. But 15 gallons, like it's kind of like keeping shell dwellers or something. They're just going to dominate like that bottom half so hard that, I mean, maybe hatchets work, maybe, but they're so dainty that like they're going to lose. So, yeah. I am sleeping on the couch. Yep. It's a pull-out couch.
It's a pull-out sofa bed.
I was already on the way to say, hey, this is good accommodation.
It's a nice sofa bed.
So it's kind of crazy. I paid for a hotel room over there, but it makes sense because we can start the day here because it's already an hour away. So that's the reason. And we got to do the live stream, that kind of stuff. So,
yeah. Yay.
How many people watched? Was it even worth watching? Do we get?
I like how.
Yeah,
my poor cameraman. He's just like
56 people. Not bad.
Wow, that's good. I think that's the most I've ever had.
Peacock gudgeons and tiger barbs. Who wins? I feel like peacock gudgeons win.
They're kind of like little tanks.
Yeah.
So, all right, people are saying goodbye. Oh, Sweden. Wow, nice.
Yeah, it's morning there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you gotta end it. You gotta.
Oh, I have to end it. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't. It's not my stream.
Okay. Hopefully, you don't accidentally ban everyone in the thing. Is it here?
No, it's going to be on this screen.
I clicked around. Also, it's on this one.
No, on the actual camera screen.
Oh my god, I'm
click
so
there.
tired. I'm sorry.
And stop broadcast.
Okay, wait, hold on. Good night.